content creation in Kenya is no longer child's play. The bar is set at an all-time high as creators are breaking barriers and producing ad-worthy content for top brands, and those who can't keep up are missing out on big brand partnerships. Worse, contracts are now being renewed. These creators are being dropped like hot potatoes and are being replaced with those who can create skits and dramatic performances. The stakes have never been higher. But in the midst of all this amazing work that is being created by a lot of influencers, a challenge is slowly emerging. Ad content is often being seen to be synonymous with acting, leaving many influencers who aren't natural actors feeling confused, pressured, and discouraged. Is advertising really the same as acting? How do you create content that tells a good brand story without necessarily having to act? This week on Social, we are exploring different types of ad formats. If you're new here, welcome. I teach and tell stories of brands, creators, creatives, social media, and a little bit of pop culture. Now, the first ad format is called demonstration ads. This format shows the product in action, demonstrating its benefits. Think of those classic vacuum cleaner ads where you see the device sucking up a mess effortlessly. It's simple, effective, and convincing, right? That's a demo ad. So a demo ad showcases the product in action, and this is the format Rihanna is actually most notorious for. She likes to show exactly what a product is supposed to do. She'll apply it on her skin to show you how luminous it is, or moisturizing, or pigmented. She demonstrates and lets you see for yourself what the products do. Now, the creative tip here is to go out of your way to make sure that this demo is special, okay? Advertising needs to be appealing, especially visually, so that it sticks in people's minds. So treat this demo ad like it's a special launch or an introduction. So dress well. Make sure your set is well lit. You can maybe make it creative by styling it around the brand colors or something unique about the brand, maybe that you learned around their history. Anything special really is the point, so that the product or the brand shines through and it becomes an ad that is memorable. So you want people to stop in their tracks. When they're scrolling, they stop because, it's beautiful to look at, right? So here the point of this format is to demonstrate. Show and not tell us how the product works. Show us the claims. Some more examples of people who are using this format are creators like 𝗗𝗓𝗓 and her lipstick line. She will demonstrate by applying the products for you to see the colors, okay? The pigment. Same thing with 𝗪𝗓𝗪 and her products. And same thing with Rihanna in these videos. You can see they are very product focused and demonstrative. However, they are high quality pieces of content nevertheless. So you don't have to act, okay? Now, the next category of ads is called informative ads, which is closely related to the demonstrative ads. And as the name suggests, you're providing information about the product. Unlike demonstrative ads where you show, here you tell. You provide valuable information about the product or the service. For example, you can show a step-by-step guide or tutorial of how to use the product, okay? Now, just like the previous format, for it to be an ad, okay, spice things up. Make sure that it's a well-produced piece of content. If it's a skincare routine, for example, where you're supposed to talk about the benefits, provide information, take us to a nice bathroom, in a hotel room or an Airbnb, or if it's in your house, change up the look of the bathroom, add some flowers, some candles, create interest. You could even go further along to bringing people we haven't seen on your platform, Bring your mama along or a friend and do this skincare together as you talk about the benefits, as you provide this information. Get creative is the point. You don't have to act, okay? But inform in a special way. For example, this is an informative ad by Sharon Mundia about a specific La Roche-Posay product and what it's done for her skin. Notice the set. Notice how beautiful the set is. She's created it in her house and it's beautiful to look at. She's also wearing the brand colors blue and white. And the video is well edited. It's cinematic. It's pleasant to watch, right? This is Rihanna's example of an informative ad. And I'm using Rihanna a lot as an example because she does a lot of product promotion content and has been very successful building her businesses on social media. I mean, she just recently launched her new hairline, okay? So she knows how to sell her products. Now, in her video here, it's a nighttime skincare routine. And she's informing us about what the products do and what she uses at which stage. So there's valuable information about the products and what they do for you, okay? But notice that the video starts with her in a beautiful bedroom, okay? Her outfit matches the color palette of the room and it's matching the mood of the room. You know, it's nighttime, it's moody. Her outfit is also moody. You know, the hair is frumpy. It's pleasant to watch, therefore making it a memorable ad, right? So that's the difference between advertising and marketing. Advertising should be appealing and have some form of aesthetic value or interest. Now, the next type of ad format is called comparison ads. Comparison ads usually pit the product against its competition. Yeah, you've seen those battery commercials, for example, where one outlasts the other. Comparison ads are a direct way of highlighting superiority. For example, this aerial ad, this lady says, nilikuwa natumia nyingine rahisi. Linibidi kubadilisha sabuni nikatumia nyingine rahisi. Which implies that she has used other products, and in this case, cheap ones, which didn't do the job of removing stains. But now she switched to Ariel and her life has changed. She no longer struggles with stubborn stains during laundry or hand washing, okay? So she's trying to tell the audience that cheap is expensive and Ariel is better than all the other products in the market within this price point, okay? So she's trying to say that cheap is not always good. You will struggle. It's not working. But Ariel, okay? Ariel is the solution. It will do the job, yeah? So it's highlighting superiority that everything else in the market can't beat Ariel. This is also another ad by Martin Doom under this format that illustrates how the product she was using before wasn't working and has therefore not picked it at the supermarket. So she had this product, was trying to kill the bugs. Some would die, not all of them would die. So it was a nuisance. And she was introduced to Martin, which has now changed her life. And therefore, straight goes to pick it at the supermarket without thinking or blinking. So in your case, you could show or tell the experience of using other products and services, and in comparison, you share how your life has now changed since you started using the product you're promoting. Now, here, make sure you're being genuine. You know, you're not just pitting products because you're being paid. Make sure that it's a genuine comparison. You're showing people, even maybe with illustrations, you know, if it's skincare, for example, is a good one where you can show pictures, before pictures and after, how this product you're promoting has really changed your skin, okay? Now, a caveat here to note though, don't mention brand names when you're making these comparisons, yeah? You just allude to the fact that you've tried a lot of products and they did not provide, you know, what you expected, or they didn't do for you what you expected them to do. And then now you introduce your product and what it's managed to do. Like Safaricom, for example, they keep doing this kind of comparison ads. They'll not mention each other, but they'll allude, okay? The guy who's supposed to represent Safaricom is always wearing green in the Airtel ads and vice versa. So don't mention the brand names, but you could allude, especially if it's a proper brand you want people stop using, you know, you could allude maybe some of it's what it's known for, etc., etc. So this type of format is very powerful. When people see the contrast, this was doing this, it didn't work, this is now working, it's powerful. People are always looking for better services and products. The next type of ad format is called lifestyle or imagery advertising, okay? And in this format, there's something called associated imagery. There's something under this that is called associated imagery, which shows the type of people who use the product, which creates an aspirational image, yeah? So you get to see the kind of people who are associated with the product, and now you aspire, okay? For example, when you see a certain product, you know who or what it's associated with. Luxury car ads often feature successful, stylish people, you know, those models with the hair and the heels and, you know, the outfits, the nice dresses. So these stylish people make you associate the brand with that lifestyle, okay? For creators, for example, a good example of someone who has been able to demonstrate or use this format very well is Stephanie Cherono and her work with Chivas Regal. She did a good job of helping us associate the drink with the lifestyle. It's a very luxurious drink. It's meant for a certain class of people. So her ads were very, very luxurious, you know. She's used a retro car in one of the ads, you know. I mean, and it's like a clean retro car. To the outfits she'd wear, she helped you see who the product is for without acting. Okay, without acting. 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗛 is also a good example of someone who uses associated imagery, okay? In this Sprite ad, for example, she showed us that Sprite is to be enjoyed by everyone. She's riding on a motorbike, drinking Sprite. She took us some vendors, some Juakali people, and they were all drinking Sprite. She shared a Sprite with them, which helps us see also the tagline, the brand's tagline, the product's tagline, quench your thirst in action. All these people she interacted with in this ad will often get thirsty doing their, you know, their hustle, yeah? And a Sprite is a great drink to help them quench this thirst. So she didn't act, okay? She did not act, but she illustrated, yeah? And helped us associate the drink with what it's meant to do and who it's for. Still on Sprite, for the longest time, they used to use basketball, the sport, yeah, the basketball sport for their ads a lot. So these players would be seen reaching for a Sprite in between their games. And as consumers, it helped us associate the drink with sports at that time, yeah? Plus get tired often and dehydrated. And Sprite quenches this thirst, yeah? It's powerful. So in your case, you can see, you know, how to build an association of your product and who it's for. I'm sure you guys are immersed in the brand, in the product. So, I mean, if it's supposed to be luxe, dress luxe. You may not be a luxe babe like that, but show us, help us form an association in our minds, an image in our minds of who the product is for, so that we know, you know, we aspire, you know. If it's something to be aspired, we aspire, okay? So it's a very nice ad, and I'd actually say this is one of the easiest to do. Let's move on to the next format, and this one is called exemplary story. Yeah, it's a performance. It's exemplary. Now this format tells a story where the product is a hero, is the hero, okay? Storytelling. This is about stories. Now these ads are like mini movies that engage you with a plot, some characters, making the product very memorable through storytelling. They are also sometimes referred to humor and entertainment ads, and this is everyone's current favorite type of ad right now in Kenya, in Nairobi. Everyone is trying to do this format of advertising. Now this is where you use comedy skits and entertaining scenarios to engage the audience. 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 is at number one. He's one of the most notorious creators for this type of ads. He's been acting a lot of skits in almost every campaign, yeah? Kimanzi is also someone who uses this format a lot, almost always actually. Miss Gashia also did an ad like this with 𝗓𝗧𝗏, together with Dapper Brother. Shiksha and Wahoo did a skit for Motin. Sharmundia with Furniture Palace and Victor Peace as well. Trevor Oisebe with 𝗓𝗧𝗏. This was a very cool ad, I have to say. I really, really liked it. So the list goes on. And actually, let me know in the comments, who are your favorite creators under this format? Because this is the most popular, it's the hottest format in Kenya right now. So I'm sure you guys have consumed a lot of content. Let me know in the comments, who are your favorite creators doing some of the best work? And also, you can send me on Instagram some of your favorite ads of all time by creators under this format. Yeah, so since there are quite many this year. Now, I know this format is what everyone seems to be gravitating towards. Yeah, and it's giving people a lot of pressure. And it's the reason why I am making this video. It shouldn't give you pressure, okay? You can see from this video, it's just one format, okay? And if you can't act to save your life, you shouldn't feel like you have to because everyone is doing it. So you can pick from any other format I will mention here today and create something beautiful, okay, guys? The point is, make something beautiful. There are many ways of creating beautiful things, okay? Now, the next type of ad is called interactive and experiential ads. Now, an interactive ad involves the audience directly, okay? And it's often through digital platforms or live events. Maybelline and Garnier, now I'm talking brands, they use this format a lot where they'll have a live session, a live video, a live with influencers who will interact with their audiences. You know, they'll do live demos, do giveaways, etc. For example, 𝗖𝗎𝗓 and 𝗓𝗏𝗏 recently had a Garnier live, and it's an interactive live. The audience gets to ask questions about the products. The influencers often act as models. You'll see them being used as models, so you'll see application or testing of products being done on these influencers, yeah? So that's usually more on the brand side. For you as a creator, you might not be able to, bring people together, go on live and have all these products around you. You could, but I've seen this a lot with brands. Now, experiential marketing, which is under this format still, is where you create immersive experiences that allow consumers or your audience to engage with the brand firsthand. So again, you've seen what Maybelline has been doing recently with 𝗓𝗏𝗏, yeah? They did something with 𝗓𝗏𝗏 at one of their stores, and 𝗓𝗏𝗏's audience got a chance to come and spend time with her while being immersed into the Maybelline brand. Usually there are free samples for the audience to take home, and a lot of education and information around the products is usually done during these events, okay? 𝗪𝗡 are also doing this experiential advertising and marketing through the 𝗗𝗓𝗓 podcast campus tours, okay? So in your case, again, I think this is if it's in your power to ask a brand, hi, can we do something on the ground, This is a powerful way of advertising, okay? So that's on you and your relationships with the brands. Now, under this format, I have also seen Stephanie Nganga do some experiential ads with Dairyland, and this was very creative. I don't know whether it was her own initiative or the brands, but this is how I think the easiest way of approaching it now as a creator, yeah? So she goes on the streets in this video and will have conversations with people around a certain theme related to the brand or the campaign, and will in the end give the audience products to try out or enjoy, yeah, or try, yeah. So that's experiential. You give people things to experience, and once they get to experience a product in this way, oftentimes through these samples, because most of the time you're being given free samples, it makes it easier for these customers to shop at the supermarket, for example, okay? Because they have tried the product and hopefully liked it. And so once they're at the supermarket, it's an easy buying decision. Brands also do these experiences at supermarkets with free sampling stands. I'm sure you guys have seen these stands in the supermarkets. I am notorious for, especially like yogurts and juices, I will always sample, okay? So this is another ad format that is amazing. You get to interact with your audiences, the people firsthand, they ask you questions. It's very immersive and experiential. People get to experience the product firsthand. Now, next is visual and artistic ads. And under this format, we have something called artistic imagery. Artistic. Here now we're going into the art, okay? Artistic imagery uses visually striking images or artwork to attract attention and convey the brand message. For example, 𝗓𝗓𝗧𝗧 is showing up on today's presentation. Kerry and what she did with 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛. This is still one of my favorite ads, I have to say. It stops you. You know, when you're scrolling, we're used to you in a certain way. We stop, you know. Ajib has done this format again, this artistic format, visual artistic format with Fanta. She's done this. Martina as well. 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗥 also uses a lot of this art to showcase a product or a brand, etc. Now, in this format, a lot of these creators will work with graphic designers, yeah, to bring these visions to life, okay? Now, guys, you can tell, you can hear me, I don't know if you can grab a pattern here. With creating ads, it's not cheap. It's not sitting in your house and just shooting a video. Sometimes you have to spend to make your ad memorable. Remember competition? Remember contracts are not being renewed? So you need to stand out in this crowded marketplace, okay? So, and this is where now you can include some of these amounts in your rates. You know, you say you have a concept that includes a location, costumes, etc. It's costed for, so that, you know, you're not going out of pocket, yeah? But advertising is not cheap, okay? Now, we've come to the last category, and this one is called problem solution ads, okay? Problem solution. Here you show us the problem by introducing something that is relatable, something we all go through, okay? You introduce a relatable problem that the product solves, okay? For example, mosquitoes at night is a relatable problem, and I think we've talked about Mortin Doom. And introducing Mortin helps us see how the product solves this problem. So you're showing a common problem. Think about your audience, problems they have. Say skincare. Some of you have really, really nice skin, and you know, brands are coming to you to continue promoting maybe acne-related skincare. You should say no to acne-related skincare because you don't have acne. You would rather, I appreciate brands who will reach out to influencers who don't have good skin. And then we are able to see the problem is acne. This product, I am using it is solving this problem. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is just an example to make this thing problem solution, okay? So showing the problem here is seen or illustrated as sleep interruption. For this mosquito example, okay? You know, you can't sleep, it's a nuisance, etc. So in your case as a creator, say if you're working with skincare, yeah, and maybe you have dry skin as a problem, you could show us, okay, illustrate this by showing us flakiness if you suffer from that, yeah, and then introduce your product as a solution to your problem, yeah. I've also seen maybe another example, people with cats, cat moms and daddies. For example, they show how they've suffered with cat fur. Their babies keep sneezing, their couches are full of fur, and they'll introduce a product that solves this problem, yeah? They found this product, cleaning product that helps keep the fur at bay, baby no longer sneezes, etc. Yeah, so showing the problem and introducing a product that solves that problem. So in this format, you could actually talk through these experiences. You don't necessarily have to enact them. You don't have to enact the TVCs that we see where people are sleeping and then you're there spraying. You don't have to enact. You could actually just talk. And I think people like Murugi Monyi, she might not do dramatic performances. Maggie Mende as well. They will not do dramatic performances, but they understand how to sell. They understand how to market. They understand how to advertise a product. They will talk about a problem, you know, they had, and they are gonna try this, and then they come back and show you, oh my gosh, my couch, the cat fur is gone, okay? So you don't have to act it out. Guys, that's my point. The point here is to be immersed in the brand so that you understand how to sell it, okay? No acting unless you want to. If you're a good actor, by all means, I am fully entertained, okay? But this format, you can see, you don't have to act, just express what the product is solving, okay? So there's a few more ad types I have left out on purpose because they are used more by brands with their billboards and TV commercials and may not be very applicable to creators, where you use celebrities and public figures, etc. So the assumption here is that you guys are the ones creating the ads and not necessarily, hiring celebrities to feature in your ads, yeah? So you're the celebrities in this case, yeah. So all these formats I have shared, you guys can try them out and yeah, let me know which one stood out the most to you in this feature. Please take time to consume as many ads, okay? And ads, I mean brand ads, okay? And even creator ads. There's people, creator, celebrities, musicians. Just observe, yeah. It's a nice thing, and I'm glad I have been at the forefront of this conversation where I say, on top of your marketing, make sure you do an ad before you even start marketing. Introduce us. Let us know you have found an amazing product and you want to share it, but do it in a beautiful, creative way. Yeah. So try and identify which format they could be using. When you watch these ads, try now that you have a few ad formats, check which ones they could be using, okay? And see how you can draw inspiration from any ad format that is up your alley, okay? So you don't have to act, guys. That's the point. The point is to be creative and tell the brand story, okay? Or product in a spicy, special way, okay? We meet here next week for yet another banger.